So very good morning, dear students. So welcome back to this discussion on the Part 2 series of human resource analytics. So here we're going to continue with one more important topic, storytelling with visualization. We've already spoken with respect to a little bit about visualization storytelling, but we'll understand very deeply about what you mean by storytelling. Because as I told you in the last class, the storytelling is a very critical component and today a lot of presentations are actually strongly encouraged to be presented in form of a story methodology. So storytelling is very important, and with respect to data, definitely there are a lot of storytelling with visualization is a very interesting topic. So without further ado, we'll continue with the topic. Now, data storytelling is actually a practice of blending the hard data, because data is only going to tell you what is there. It's going to reveal you a lot of insights and facts. And it's a practice of blending hard data with human communication to craft an engaging narrative that's anchored by facts. Because a simply stated a fact is definitely going to only engage your rational side of the brain. But when actually it is centered around in terms of a story, that's what we want to really talk about. Then what happens? Then you will have that emotional connect. Now, the emotional connect is very important for any scenario. For example, if an employee and you want to retain the employee, now the engagement is created when there is an emotional connect. That means when it's actually yes, you're putting a lot of things into this emotional side of the brain. So that is very important. And it uses data storytelling, uses data visualization techniques. And for example, we have charts and images, and we have seen a lot of data visualization techniques. So the data storytelling uses that, and which helps to convey the meaning of the data in a way that is compelling and relevant to the audience. So that is very key thing, which is very important. So which is going to be really compelling. So compelling means we are not forcing, but really it actually influences you to a very great extent, and also which should be relevant to the audience. So the data should be very relevant to the audience. And lessons, there are a lot of lessons in storytelling, and story should provoke thoughts and bring out insights that could not have been understood or explained before. And we often look and it's often overlooked, data storytelling is often overlooked in data driven operations, because we know we have to really present the data, and story doesn't really fit in here. Okay. And but in several firms, the first towards analyzing anything is storyboarding. So storyboarding is a very new concept where every data is actually presented in the form of a story. So it's actually not very complex to actually create a storytelling with respect to data, where visualization is also going to play a very important role. So that's what it is. So create stories. So you can actually start with a pen and a paper approach. And what is the purpose of the story? You have to really dig deeper and identify. And powerful headings really keep the attention of the uh, person who's actually hearing the story, and have a clear roadmap with respect to the story. Okay, and conclude with brevity. That is very important with respect to the stories. And create stories where there is headlines. Okay, these are some of the formats: headlines, securities, and symbols. Securities, category, industry, headline, title, date, sources, and URL. So this is actually a simple structure of creating a story. And next is types of data and suitable charts. Um, we have textual data, and this is an example of a textual data. Then we have a mixed data where you have text, numerical, and special characters all coming into this thing. And what is a suitable chart for this type of data? So if you talk about a numerical data, you can see a very simple example of a two-way line chart. And tips to improve data storytelling is focus on the audience, and it's very important. And structure it, make the story real, that actually creates a lot of interest. And listen, and the concluding remarks is very important. And these are the best, some of the best practices. Use legends wherever necessary, and never use points if you're doing time series encoding. And importance is actually your brain's a hardwire to process visuals faster than language. Okay, so that is a fundamental thing in respect to storytelling. And it is definitely going to use your data and decision making. Okay, so where you're going to draw conclusions and measure success and repeat. And so that's it from my side. So thank you very much for having a patience listening. So thank you very much.